Day 89. In a deserted town where missing persons posters are prevalent, a family moves cautiously through an abandoned store. The mother, Evelyn Abbott, searches for medication for her sick son Marcus among scattered prescription bottles. She then reassures her deaf daughter, Regan, that Marcus is okay using sign language. Regan checks on her younger brother, Beau, who is drawing a rocket and signs to her that they will use it to escape. Beau climbs the empty shelves to reach a space shuttle toy, but it falls, and Regan catches it. Meanwhile, the father, Lee Abbott, finds a radio and cutting pliers for Regan. Evelyn uses sign language to inform her family that night is approaching, prompting them to get ready to leave. However, their plans are interrupted when they notice that Beau is holding a noisy electronic space shuttle toy. Lee takes the toy from him and removes the batteries, warning his son that it's too loud. As the family walks home on a path they've created through the sand, Regan secretly returns the toy to Beau, who grabs the batteries before leaving. While crossing a bridge, the family hears the sound of the toy coming from behind them. Lee rushes back to Beau, but an alien quickly grabs and kills him, leaving the family devastated. Day 472. The Abbott family has returned to their farm, where Lee has set up a surveillance system in the basement to monitor the surroundings and communicate with other survivors via radio and electronics. The basement also contains several news clippings about the alien invasion, as well as Lee's notes on their behavior, such as blind, attack sound, and armor. Meanwhile, Evelyn is in the cellar, hanging a mobile and setting up an oxygen tank and baby breathing mask next to a soundproof crib, indicating she is pregnant. Lee spends his time at the top of the grain silo, looking through pictures of Beau. Evelyn requests Regan to inform Lee that dinner is ready. The family then silently prays before eating their food on lettuce leaves instead of plates. Later, Marcus accidentally knocks over a lantern while playing Monopoly with Regan, causing a fire on the rug. Lee extinguishes the fire, and they await any consequences quietly. Just as they think they are in the clear, a loud noise on the roof startles them. Lee investigates and discovers that it was just a raccoon. He then goes to the basement to work on a cochlear implant processor for Regan. Evelyn joins him, and they share a dance and a set of earbuds, while listening to Neil Young's Harvest Moon. As Lee pours more sand on their walking paths, Evelyn checks her blood pressure in the cellar. She is due to give birth in a few weeks and uses a stethoscope to listen to the baby's heartbeat, which is strong and healthy. Regan enters the house and walks only on the marked parts of the floor that don't make noise. She wants to go down to the basement, but Lee stops her. He has improved her cochlear implant processor with small amplifiers from a stereo, but Regan doesn't want to try them, as they have never worked before. Lee is disappointed and decides to go on an expedition, but Marcus is scared and doesn't want to go. Regan wants to accompany him, but Lee tells her to stay and take care of her mother. Regan runs to her room and tries on the new processor, but it still doesn't work, leaving her upset. She packs a bag, including her cutting pliers and a wrapped object from her dresser, and leaves the farm. Lee takes his son to the river and teaches him that making small sounds is okay as long as they are near louder sounds. They can speak freely near a waterfall without fear of being heard. Marcus asks why Regan wasn't allowed to come and if Lee blames her for Beau's death. As Regan blames herself, Lee says it's no one's fault, and Marcus advises him to tell Regan if he still loves her. Meanwhile, Regan is at the walking bridge and unwraps the space shuttle toy from her dresser. She cuts a wire with pliers, allowing it to light up silently. At home, Evelyn carries a laundry bag upstairs and catches it on a nail, causing her to fall and expose the nail's point. On their way home, Lee and Marcus encounter an elderly man emerging from the woods, and they find his dead wife's body nearby. Despite Lee's warning to keep quiet, the man screams and attracts the attention of an alien, which kills him. Back at home, Evelyn's water breaks and she goes to the basement, where she steps on a nail sticking out from the stairs, but manages not to scream. However, she drops some picture frames, which alerts an alien to their presence. Evelyn turns on the red lights that surround the property as a warning, and searches for a mechanical kitchen timer. The alien slowly descends into the basement while listening for signs of life. When the timer goes off, the alien is distracted and Evelyn runs upstairs, only to find another alien outside. She hides in the bathroom, where she goes into labor as an alien approaches. Lee arrives home to find the red warning lights activated, and he communicates to Marcus the need to make a louder noise. Lee takes his shotgun and searches the house, where he enters the bathroom and finds it stained with Evelyn's blood, but empty. Lee breaks down in tears, assuming the worst. However, he later discovers that Evelyn and their newborn baby are alive. Meanwhile, Marcus is returning home when he hears an alien and starts running. But he accidentally collides with a tractor wheel. Regan arrives back home and notices Marcus's flashlight beam coming from the cornfield, but is unaware of the alien that's closing in on her. Her cochlear implant starts producing a high-pitched feedback that distresses the alien, forcing it to run away. She finds Marcus and they both seek refuge on top of a grain silo. Meanwhile, Lee has taken Evelyn and their new baby to the cellar and placed the baby in a soundproof crib. Evelyn thinks about her deceased son, Beau, and makes Lee promise to protect their children before she falls asleep. Lee leaves to find the other kids, but Evelyn wakes up to find the cellar flooding and an alien inside the room with the open crib. She carefully picks up the baby and hides behind the waterfall in the back of the cellar. Regan and Marcus are on top of the silo, where Marcus reassures his sister that their father will come for them. Regan disagrees, saying that their father will only come for Marcus. Suddenly, the hatch on top of the silo breaks, causing Marcus to fall inside and start drowning in the grain. This noise attracts the attention of the alien in the cellar with Evelyn. The hatch then falls into the silo, nearly hitting Marcus. Regan jumps into the silo and saves her brother by pushing the hatch towards him, but then sinks into the grain herself. Marcus pulls her out to safety, and they both sit on top of the hatch. However, they hear a crash on top of the silo, and an alien jumps inside. The kids hide under the hatch, but the alien is about to get them when Regan's cochlear implant feedback causes the alien to crash out of the silo. Regan and Marcus escape. Lee arrives and prepares to fight the attacking alien with an axe, but the alien quickly overpowers him. Marcus screams, attracting the attention of the alien, which starts attacking the truck. When Regan's implant feedback starts again, she turns it off to let the alien attack. Lee, who is badly injured, makes a heart-warming gesture of love to his daughter and sacrifices himself to save the children. The kids manage to roll the truck back to the house, where they are reunited with their mother. Evelyn and the kids hear the alien coming, so they go to the basement. Regan is overwhelmed with emotion when she sees the evidence of her father's work on repairing and creating her cochlear implant processor. The lights flicker, and the alien walks into the basement and corners them. Regan sees a handwritten note from her father that asks, "What is their weakness?" She then glances at the hearing aids on his workbench and realizes that they can be used to amplify the processor's feedback. Regan switches on her cochlear implant processor, causing the alien to shudder. She then holds the processor up against a microphone, which amplifies the feedback and causes the alien to collapse. Evelyn grabs Lee's shotgun and blows the alien's head off. However, they see on the surveillance monitors that their fight has attracted more aliens. Regan turns up the speakers while Evelyn pumps the shotgun, ready for the next fight. We hope this video provided a helpful refresher or an enjoyable summary of the movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.